Sorry, I'm really drunk, but not really drunk. I'm mostly high. And found out that I had cancer when I was 48, but I kind of knew when I was like 9 or 10. Because the doctors said that biologically there's something wrong with your body. Your readings are off for some of your functions. It's probably some type of virus, and we don't know what it is. So then I partied and I worked blue collar jobs, got into high paying blue collar jobs with medical and dental and all that, making a couple hundred, well, some good money, and living the clock in or clock out or sign in or sound out life. With the retirement, looking off into the distance, into the golden rainbow with the golden pot. And then for a routine blood test, because I work with some nasty stuff at times. And just said, boy, you've got cancer and you've had it a long time. And well, we couldn't detect it before, and you've had it for a frickin' long time. So we'll give you the chemo. And then I did 6 months of that, and the doctor said, sorry, the cancer's coming back, the chemo didn't work. And so I just gave up pretty much and wanted to do my bucket list, so I went to Southeast Asia for a while. And found a country that I could live in for a lot of different reasons, and so I'm working full time there on TV in front of the camera. And then after about 4 years, the doctor says, your blood has more cancer cells in it than it does white and red blood cells. And I'm thinking, well, that's why I couldn't breathe so well, or my endurance is down. And just checking the time, you probably already know that, but he said you're going to have to give it a try because there's so much in your body. And so I went into chemo for 3 months, and then it was gone. And then they said at 7 months it would be gone, but I was really determined on going 11 months on chemo. So I did that plus the 6 months I did in the States, and I frickin' lived. For now. But when I first started the chemo the first time in the States, the insurance basically cut me off, and I didn't get the best treatment that I could have, which I did get overseas, but it was available, but it was more expensive. I suffered through 10 more years of losing my hair, losing my ambitions to live, or plan for a future. And I didn't have to. But after that, I just said, fuck it. I'll never do that again. And I haven't. And I don't plan to. what I mean is the hassle of trying to get the best treatment I can get without having to go through calling up insurance companies and see if they cover it, and calling up the pharmacy and see if they'll cover what the insurance company says. And then I gotta call the doctor, which really isn't his job. His job is to help people with their medical condition and save their life, and know a little bit about how to do that. That's his job. He doesn't need to know a bunch of insurance information. So I don't want to live here anymore, really. Plus, I'm older. If I was 16, this would be a different story. But I just don't want to live here anymore after that. It's pretty crappy. But I knew all this because I knew I was brainwashed since I was young. Or everybody else was brainwashed, and I had to do it to a certain extent. I mean, I knew all that. And I guess I just didn't care. Sad to watch. I don't know why this one's dragging out. But I don't really care, you know. But back in my former job, like, I worked one of the most dangerous jobs there is, and I never committed treason. I never sold trade secrets or talked about them. I played the state straight and narrow. I mean, part of why you don't do that is because of, the legal repercussions that will happen versus the amount of money you get. But I just had a certain moral fiber or a belief in what America was really supposed to be, what they intended it to be. But it just didn't come about as the way the forefathers thought. I don't think they really thought it out fully. Or maybe money was already in it when they were doing that. But after that, it's kind of like, well, I don't want any part of that anymore. I don't want to contribute to that. And yes, I don't want to be a part of it. just, and the thing is, I think I'm sitting by myself talking in front of the country in the camera, but probably, I don't know, 40 or 50% of the country, what's left, remembers what it was like 40 years ago here. They remember. It's like a different country now. I don't know, some people, they just get angry and they stick it out and they just, I guess because I was a terminal person, I knew that, I was doing my bucket list. So that's what I was doing, and then I just wound up the way it wound up, and then I didn't plan that out either. It just happened the way it was supposed to, I guess, or the way it was not supposed to.